What's going on, guys? It's the Bag of Tricks here. Welcome back to another video. The ski season is officially over for me, so it's time to move on to the next chapter, which is going to be some off-season content for you guys, starting with this video. A few months ago, DJI reached out to me, which was a dream come true to be able to work with them, and they wanted to see if I would like to test out the Osmo Action 3 while skiing. To make things even better, DJI also sent me out this guy, the DJI mic, which I'm using right now, obviously. What up, what up, what up? Thank you, DJI, for just tacking that on with the Osmo Action 3. Stoked to see what I can do with this. Now, I'm somebody that has only used GoPros for action cameras, and I really feel comfortable with GoPros and the workflow, and I'm really happy with the colors and quality that I'm able to get out of GoPro footage. So I was obviously a little bit hesitant at first to use the Osmo Action 3, but we ended up bringing it out with us on our trip to Utah, and by the end of the trip, we were leaving the GoPro at home. I mean, we weren't taking the GoPro at all. We were only bringing the Action 3 with us out onto the mountain. So yeah, it went well. It was fun to use, and here's some clips we got while out in Utah. Let's talk about the things that I liked and didn't like about the Osmo Action 3 after using it for an entire trip. So what did I love about the camera? The mounting system, that magnetic mounting system, is the best I've ever seen in action cameras. It's 1,000 times better than having to constantly screw and unscrew your camera to different mounts. I'm always holding up the squad because I'm always swapping around GoPro mounts or unscrewing the GoPro to just change batteries, which makes zero sense. And the DJI just completely solves all of those issues. It's a 10 out of 10 when it comes to mounting. The camera setup was very easy because the menu system was simple and easy to navigate through. And the response time within the menus as well was super fast. And the same could be said for actually pressing the buttons. Like, the response you got directly after pressing a button was super fast. I didn't run into any of the lagging or freezing issues that I do when I'm using my GoPro. The beeping of the camera, this is weird because this is like my favorite feature of the camera, of using this camera. The beeps were super loud. There was a lot of different beeps for a lot of different actions, like powering up the camera or powering down the camera, starting a recording, ending a recording. They were super easy to understand what they meant, and you could actually hear them and never miss a beep. I mean, it was the beeps were beeping, man. They were legit. They were awesome. And then the forward-facing touchscreen was a huge improvement over a GoPro because I could just ski up to somebody wearing the Action 3 and adjust the settings through that forward-facing screen without having to unmount the camera and mess up the angle that we had. Super simple. Let's talk about battery life in the cold, because as skiers, as snowboarders, we're using these cameras out in the cold weather a lot, and that is generally something that these cameras struggle with, is staying alive in super frigid temperatures. We didn't need a new battery once while on the mountain. I think we were bringing 3 batteries with us each day for the Action 3, but I don't think we swapped out the battery once. In comparison, I carry 5 GoPro batteries with me any given day on the mountain when we're filming, and for the most part, we go through all 5 of those batteries if it's like 20 degrees or under. I mean, we're pumping through batteries. It's pretty crazy how quickly they die, but the Action 3 didn't seem to have any battery issues at all while out on the mountain. Going from a GoPro to the DJI Action 3, I did not lose any of the resolution, frame rate, stabilization, or hyperlapse options that I'm used to with my GoPro. This thing has top-of-the-line resolution options, top-of-the-line frame rate options. I mean, the best you can get, on par with GoPro there every step of the way. But it also has an ultra-wide field of view that GoPros don't even get close to. And this field of view was so wide, I'm starting to think that maybe bringing a 360-degree camera for POV shots is unnecessary because of how damn wide that field of view is on the Action 3. It's insane, and I'm excited to kind of honestly test that theory. Like, do I actually need a 360 camera anymore, or can I just use this thing? That's just something GoPro can't and doesn't offer. So to sum it up, this camera just felt way more reliable than our GoPro, and considering we only get a certain amount of time on the mountain and we have to make every second count while we're out on the mountain, being able to trust the Action 3 so much was huge for us. It didn't let us down once, it didn't get in our way, it just let us focus on skiing and filming that skiing without worrying about anything else, and that was so damn nice. So after all of that spiel, you're probably thinking I was paid to hype up this camera and sell this camera to you guys, but that is not the case. There is a major con with this camera that may be big enough to cause me to go back to using my GoPro. I have always used GoPro's flat color profile. It has very low saturation, it has very low contrast, and it makes it super easy to adjust colors in post-production. Let me get the look that I want for all of my videos. The Action 3 does offer a D-Cine-like mode, which is like that flat profile, and it's actually 10-bit color, which means it gives you more colors than the GoPro can. But the major difference and the major issue for me is that it is very high contrast, super high contrast. It's so high that no matter how much I try to correct it, I just can't seem to get the colors that I really like. The shadows are just so crushed and the highlights are so blown out. It's really been a struggle for me to get that look and feel that I want, and that's really important to me. Sharpness is also not adjustable on the Action 3, and I prefer the low sharpness option that GoPro offers. So again, just something I can't really get around when using the Action 3 that I really love about the GoPro. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed using this camera. Its basic functionality is superior to my GoPro in every single way, to the point that, again, we completely ditched the GoPro while out in Utah. We just started to use the Action 3 because we trusted it so much more. But that being said, I do prefer the color profile that the GoPro offers and has given me for years and years. Just trying to adjust to the high contrast of the Action 3 has been really difficult for me when I'm editing videos. If DJI released an update that made the D-Cine-like mode in the Action 3 just have low contrast as well as the low saturation, that would be all we need. In that case, I would use the Action 3 100% of the time, no questions asked. That's how good it was and how enjoyable it was to just use the camera without considering the colors at all. Moving forward, I'll have to decide if the pros of this camera outweigh the cons for what I want to do with it. But for somebody that doesn't really care about color profiles like I do, which is probably every single person watching this video, they're not weird about colors like I am, you honestly can't go wrong with the Action 3. It's an amazing camera. We loved using it out in Utah, and anyone looking for a new camera, especially skiing and snowboarders that are gonna be using this out in the cold, if you're looking for a new action camera, you should absolutely be considering this camera. So just wanted to make this video to talk about it, talk about our experiences, and let you guys know about this camera if you didn't even know about it. If you have any more questions, leave them down below in the comments and I'll make sure to get to them. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more off-season content. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.